Hello, it's Brittany again, and I want to talk to you about another postcard box I got. This one from the same publisher of the Earth and Space box. This is the Disney Renaissance and Beyond postcard box. Honestly, I've kind of got some mixed feelings about it. There's some things I really like, and there's some things I really don't like. So let's just jump in and see what's in the box, and I can kind of talk you through my thoughts about what I feel. So, this is about the Disney Renaissance and the following decades. That means the movies included are The Little Mermaid, The Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, Mulan, The Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, and Big Hero 6. So the first of the movies on that list is from 1989, The Little Mermaid, and the last of the movies on that list is Big Hero 6, 2014. Also a movie I love. In comparison to the Earth and Space box, which I really love, I feel like the quality of some of the images on these cards is just kind of hit or miss. Some of the cards, in my opinion, could have been cropped a lot better. They went with kind of a wide angle on this one, and it didn't do a lot for the image quality. Having that wide angle doesn't really transmit a lot to me. I'm not necessarily enjoying these types of cards. You get a variety of Disney images in this box from all of these movies. You get some things that are like stills from the movies, which are nice. You've got just kind of these cute moments that are important. You get background art, things that maybe something was happening in front of or they were zooming in on. Again, like this one, this could have been cropped in a lot more. Some people really like white border aesthetics. I just kind of feel like on cards like this, it looks kind of like somebody dragged and dropped an image in and didn't do anything else after that. There are some like character concepts and character sketches, and again, depending on how you love Disney or your audience, these might be really cool or some kids might not understand necessarily. What I mean by that is this is a Beauty and the Beast card. Obviously, this is not a beast we're used to seeing in either the new sexy Beauty and the Beast movie or the old-fashioned one. This is like a baboon-looking beast. It was a beast that Disney considered that went through their visual development process. And some people really like seeing details like that. I like seeing details like that. I think that's cool. But if your primary audience for this box is going to be kids, they might get a little confused over what you're sending them. That's alright. This goes to a lot of the visual development cards. Some of them, like this is the card that makes up the cover image on the box. Again, this is probably one of the more beautiful cards in the box. It takes up the entire frame of the card. It's beautiful, it's colorful. I really like this one a lot. Some of them are like a little bit more unfamiliar. This is a visual development card of The Little Mermaid. Again, like it's still beautiful, it's still cool. I appreciate that they like filled it in with black instead of anything else, just leaving it white. But know your audience. Think about if children are going to recognize the characters they're seeing. I guess what I'm saying is I just expected a little bit more polish from a Disney branded product. That's not to say like that all of these cards are bad. I love this genie one. That's a good one. I love some of these rougher sketches from Mulan. These are familiar. These are good. Some of like the actual like character animation sketches or character development sketches, this one is from Wreck-It Ralph, are really nice. They're familiar, they're cool, they give you some insight into Disney's creative process. But they just, a card like this, in my opinion, is of much higher creative quality than a card like this. And I think Disney could have done more. I also think Disney could very easily make boxes for each movie, and they would do well. There's not necessarily a lot of Disney cards on the market, officially licensed ones and ones that you can easily get through Amazon. You have a couple boxes like this. You have princesses, you have them separated by era. But especially for the new movies and stuff that people are really familiar with, you know, I think Disney could do more. And I hope they do more. I hope that videos like this inspire more people to get into postcard sending and post-crossing so that the demand for postcards grows, and that means people start making lots of really cool postcards. That's actually my ulterior motive for all of this, is to try to get as many people into postcards as possible. So that being said, my favorite card in the box is a Big Hero 6 card. Visual development, I just really like how big they made it on the card. They made use of all that space. They chose a great piece of art. I'll probably put this one on my wall and not send it to anybody. Much like the Earth and Space postcards, these have a bit of a curve in them. That's due to just being kept in a box. And speaking of the box, much like the Earth and Space cards, the design of the box is the same. You have a cover, it's much like a book. You have a ribbon. The ribbon helps you to pull the cards out of the box. I personally am not so comfortable leaving them to sit like this, just because I don't want the cards to fall out. I'd rather have the box sitting like this, just so I know nothing's going to fall out. It's not something that's really portable. You're not going to go to your local cafe and think, time to write all my postcards. Let me toss this into my bag and we can go and open it and write them when we get there. You'll probably end up with some spilled cards if you do that. I didn't have this problem with this box, but on my Earth and Space box, there was a little bit of glue that had come up on like the corner of this inner cover, and that had left a glue spot on the card, which was a little bit disappointing. I understand that stuff happens when you've got cards of that nature, and it's just the way manufacturing works. Just keep an eye out for it on your own boxes, just so you don't have a glue spot, and then keep closing it on top of other cards. As for the cards themselves, I think they're pretty durable. They've got a good thickness to them. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I'm not worried about sending these anywhere in the world. I think they'll make it. Another thing I would change is that there's a lot of real estate taken up on the back. They've pre-made some lines. Oh, focus. They've pre-made some lines that are like a little bit too far to the side for my liking. They've taken up a huge amount of space for copyright information. That's more space than they took up for the title and description of the card. Which, you know, I get you're Disney, I get you need to say what all the licensing and the copyright is, but on a postcard you only have so much room, and that's a lot of room compared to something you actually want on the card. Again, just where's the Disney polish, I guess. So all in all, that's why my feelings are mixed. There's a lot of really good cards in this box, and I love having Disney cards, especially when I'm sending to kids, especially if I'm sending through Sunshine Snail Mail, or I get on post-crossing profiles of kids or people who love Disney. This is one of the things that American post-crossers especially really have to offer, especially because there's a lot of Disney stamps that the United States Post Office has put out there. You can have these things themed, you can really make some collectors happy. I just wish that Chronicle or Disney, whoever was in charge of making the cards, had put a little bit more Disney polish on them. All in all, I'd still recommend buying this box, especially if you're looking for Disney cards. You're kind of going to find you're rather limited, especially if you want to buy something that is officially licensed. Just keep an eye out, keep an eye on your audience, and try to make the most of what you've got. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and have a good day!